Silent Library was very...
Is that, yo? Like,
juvenile. And that's part of what made it so great. Adapted from a segment of a Japanese variety show. Yeah, I'm not saying all of that. It premiered on MTV in 2009. Aside from this, my only options to watch on the channel were Fantasy Factory and reruns of Robin Big.
The whole death row, that whole death with her own black, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember we talked about when we kept saying like we need to do that like all
like,
black like death row photo for the house? I'm Tupac.
Turtleneck on me.
You're Suge. Meaty Snoop.
I was not gonna watch Teen Mom or Jersey Shore. Those weren't enticing to me at ages 7 to 12 years old. Which means I definitely should not have been watching MTV at that time because of the slop they were putting on there. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be talking about the show. The premise of Silent Library is relatively simple. A group of 6 players sit at a table in a library. 6 cards are placed face down on the table, with each of the players drawing a card at random. 5 cards are safe. 1 has a skull and crossbones. Whoever draws that card must endure a typically humiliating punishment. Reminder, they are in a library, so while the punishment is happening, everyone in the group has to keep their volume as quiet as possible. Everyone. Not just a poor schmuck that is enduring whatever bullshit the show says he has to go through, but also his 5 friends who are likely trying not to laugh their asses off. A decibel meter measures the volume that the group is producing. Should the meter ever reach red, the group loses the challenge automatically. Now, these punishments also double as challenges, so it's possible that the group of schmucks managed to stay quiet and still not win any money because the guy who drew the bad card failed to complete the challenge. The group doesn't know whether or not they won until after the challenge, when host Zero Kazama lets them know.
Your pain was in vain. Too rowdy. Fail.
Chris and the guys couldn't keep the noise down, so they lose again. They end the first round with $300.
These fellas participate in up to 4 rounds in an episode, with rounds 1 through 3 consisting of 3 challenges and round 4 consisting of 1. The rounds scale up the money that can be made from a challenge, with round 1 making each challenge worth $300. Round 2, $400, $800 in round 3, and $1,000 for the single challenge in round 4. Each player gets an equal cut, so even if you were one of the lucky ones that didn't get the bad card, be careful not to find your worse off friend suffering too funny, because you and the others may lose out on some extra money. This show is kind of beautiful in a way. It teaches its viewers to not enjoy the suffering of those close to us, because it can result in the suffering of ourselves. Whoa. Is this show just a huge lesson in karma? Nah, I'm reading too deep into it. Look at this. This is funny as hell. This was just a small, dumb video I wanted to make. You know, I enjoyed Silent Library as a kid. It was just... it was off the walls absurdity, and it was very lowbrow, but, you know, sometimes you gotta enjoy the lowbrow stuff. And before you ask, yes, I am currently trying to pad out the runtime, and it looks like I am not even halfway to fulfilling the requirements to put in mid-roll. Son of a bitch!